This is the D by D podcast, and I feel like a real professional on this December 10th, 2017, talking into this mic with this beautiful stand.
Yeah, I feel like we're on the radio.
Do I sound good?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. This
radio.
is your afternoon drive, and I'm your host, PJ, with Paul Higgnz.
Do they still have Mike and Mike?
No.
I know.
Greenberg moved on to brighter pastures.
Bigger and better thing. What is he doing?
He's going to host some kind of game show.
Jeopardy?
I don't know what it's going to be. Not Jeopardy, but...
Well, I noticed I just kind of put two and two together when I saw Golick and Wingo.
That's the new show, bro.
So that's the new Mike and Mike.
That's the new Mike and Mike, bro. Golick and Wingo.
It's just not the same.
Of course it's not going to be the same, bro. But you get rid of something after fucking 20 years, bro.
But all right, do you think did they lose numbers?
No, it's just moved on. He got a new deal, bro. ESPN's got new money, bro.
ESPN is like the most probably gets better numbers than any other sports coverage in the country. We're so odd about that is it's backwards. People go to ESPN and train and get good at their craft, and then they move on to a broadcast that has less ratings, but they get more money.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's like, you go play for the Patriots.
Fuck if anybody's watching as long as you pay me, huh?
Yeah, you go play for the Patriots, bro. And you make less money, but you win championships, then you go cake up, play for the Browns.
So that's what's going on here? We got they gonna win championships?
That's what we gonna do, bro. We about to win championships.
I hope so. I surely hope so. I mean,
me and you, not the Saints.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I tell you. Alvin Kamara, I was a friend of mine on Facebook. Shout out to Damian Carr. He was actually in Gulfport yesterday, and Kamara was signing autographs, and he took a picture with him. So my first question was, I'm assuming that his head's okay and he's good to go for next week, and he said he feels great.
Well, he tweeted after the game that he's going to be back next week. So
he probably could have. If that was a playoff game, he probably would.
I don't know. They weird about concussions, right?
Yeah, but
ankle injury, yeah, but concussions, they real fucking.
I know, but you need if you got a whole city riding on your back.
Well, let's get to it, right?
They'll fudge that protocol a little bit. I think. Because
if you logged on to Twitter or Facebook Thursday night, you thought that it was a fixed game. So, what are your thoughts? You think Thursday night was a fixed game?
Look.
I seen some. You told me some of your thoughts privately, but
well, here's the thing. The numbers like 7 first downs or something crazy like that came off of those 11 penalties that we had. And that's big because third down getting off the field and third down, another first down, you got to do it all over again. It's tough. But we had 3 interceptions, 3 picks.
Right.
And we couldn't score. You score 2 field goals, you win that game. That guy kicks the field goal at halftime and makes the field goal. We tied. Like not only did we have to beat the refs, as everybody says, but we beat ourselves. Like we had more than one opportunity to win that game, and we didn't. And look, Breeze threw that forced pick at the end of the game. He threw he knew it when he let go. It's like taking a jump shot and you know you missed it as soon as it leaves your hands.
You roll the dice.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
He forced it in. And it wasn't 4th and 10. It was 2nd and 10. You live to play another down, but I mean, we should have had that game won before.
Do you think he factored in the fact that we had that great, we driving the ball. We had 2 timeouts at the same time that if we turned the ball over, we could have got the ball back if the Falcons went 3 and out with like 40 seconds left.
Right. And what scares
to go kick the field goal.
Yeah. Well, but what scares me about everything is our receiver. Like, is our offense that bad
without Kamara?
Right? Is it that big of a drop off?
Well, they figured that
we just wasn't ready.
Maybe this was the game that was supposed to really unleash Kamara. Because you remember Peyton said the only thing stopping Kamara from being MVP candidate is me.
Well, Deion Jones now.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, just
LSU boy, man.
All right. Well, let's look at it from the bright side. We lost that game. All right. We could have we could have pretty much locked up the division with another win after that. If we won Thursday, one more win,
you pretty much locked it up. You pretty much locked it up with that win because you're 3 ahead of Atlanta with 3 to go.
That's what I'm saying. So, you really got to tank to lose.
It would have took a miracle.
So now we're probably going to be playing for pole position in week 17.
So the question is do you think the NFL considered that but putting the refs out on the field? I hate to blame the refs, man.
But I watched a video one time about how to, if there's any way possible that you can fix a football game.
Defensive holding would be a way to do it.
It's 11 on It's 11 on 11 on the field. You got a lot of people, a lot of entities involved. Everybody has to be on the same page to fudge something like that. The only people who can do it is the referees, because you can call that bullshit holding every play if you really want to. You can nitpick with that. And what it does is it makes the opposing team that is being, that they flagging have to make more plays to win. And you only got so many plays in your arsenal before you run out of
Darren
gas.
Ain't trying to hear this referee blaming. We're not trying to blame the refs.
I'm not blaming the refs. I'm saying I didn't blame the refs at all. I forget that. What did I tell you before? You had many opportunities. You had 3 picks, dude. 3 picks. You almost got a 4th turnover when Peyton ran out on the field to call timeout and flagged him for it.
You should have had a turnover. Was that Crawley that jumped up and missed that pick? And but it would have been the first turnover of the game. Yeah,
right. It was another pick. I mean, dude,
Matt Ryan was trying to give us the game. It's just some reason we didn't want to take it.
Yeah. Or he knew the referees were going to blow it so bad that he just threw the ball silly. He was silly.
Oh, Darren said it's 100% the refs. Not
Well, like I said, we had our opportunities. We had more than one opportunity to score.
It was a weirdly called game. I tell you that much. Look, I posted on the internet that I'd never seen a disciplined team like the Atlanta Falcons play before. They never get called for anything.
Well, I think they had 4 penalties or something like that.
Well, we had to be around 12 or 13.
30 yards worth of penalties.
God.
We was over 100.
Games like that make me want to boycott the NFL. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's the breath. It's sickening, man. But like I said, we had our chances to beat the refs. It just upsets me that the offense, outside of Michael Thomas, where's our receivers at?
We never really had. We don't really hit. We really that thin. We thin on receivers.
That's what I mean.
We've always been thin on receivers.
Well, Willie Snead was a great possession receiver, and I understand he's probably not 100%.
Well, he came in overweight because he was suspended. He didn't play until week 4 or 5.
That would make you not 100% if you're overweight.
Right.
That's not football. You got to be in football shape. Football shape and being in shape is 2 different shapes. So
Darren said 11. There were 11 penalties. 9 were for first downs. I think one of them had 4 or 5 holding. One of their touchdown drives.
It's bullshit calls.
Had 4 or 5 holdings just on the one drive.
Whenever you have a defensive holding call, come on, bro. What are you doing? I don't
in case anybody knows, we got these new mics. Nice, these are pretty little mics.
Yeah. Well, I just said that we established that.
Well, people come in and out.
It's cool though. They're good. I like them. They work well. So, but they also good
Hopefully
for playing
better.
instruments. So anybody who knows how to play guitar, or whatever you want to come in and serenade our instrumentals.
But my girl, a ukulele. My little girl.
What the hell is a ukulele?
It's just a little guitar.
I've heard it before. It's a guitar. It's one of them little bitty. It's smaller than a banjo.
Yeah.
Well, I had an interesting story yesterday. Went to a friend of mine's birthday party, his son's birthday party. Shout out to Walt V, Sector 6.
So, Walter, my man. Brian.
So we went out there, right? The kids were loading the car up to leave, and I was bullshitting. I was in the parking lot bullshitting. My old lady had my keys in her purse and the keys to the car. So she gives them the keys to the car, gives her purse, all this stuff. Put everything in the car, get it started. Fucking kid starts the engine, locks the door, and shuts it with the spares in the truck. So we locked the keys in the car with the engine running.
We needed to call my boy Gary Stahl, right? With Nola Locksmith. He'd have helped you out.
The first thing I'm thinking is, we in Jefferson, we could try the sheriff's department, but they're not going to unlock it. That's what Papa locks for. Well, we just so happened they had a deputy across the street on a detail. So Walter's like, Shannon, won't you go over there, bring the kid with you, hold the kid, and ask him for help. That way, he got the kid in the freezing cold. He ain't gonna help just some grown adults, you know. They're gonna say call Papa Lock. So anyway, he came over.
I thought well, you weren't in the parish, right?
No, it was in Jefferson.
I think in St. Bernard Parish, though, the police department will unlock your car.
They do have Slim Jims, but some of them have certain protocols. Like, you know, like Jefferson said, we can't. The only way we can call a deputy to come Slim Jim it is unless there's a kid locked in the car. They won't do it any other way, you know. So, and then in the parish, they can probably pull that same string if they want to, if they feel like it. But if you know somebody, you know, it's all about who you know.
Right.
Who makes that call to come help you.
Nola Locksmith, Gary Stahl.
We did that one
Call
time.
him up.
We had to call a deputy one time. Jay locked his daughter in the car one time.
Jay did?
Yeah, we had to call him. But besides, we get back. We had all right. So she gets the deputy. He comes across the street and he's like, "Look, I don't have a Slim Jim and I can't get in it. If I had one, I'd help you. But you gotta have to call Papa Lock because of the kid. The kid's not locked in the car."
That's like
but he
$60.
gives me a coat hanger, you know, and he's trying to open and help me out with the coat hanger.
Now, is this an old school lock where the coat hanger would work?
Well, it's electric, but it has the lock. It has a lock on it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you unlock it, the thing shoots up.
That's what I'm saying.
It does have a manual. It does have a manual to it.
It's not the lock on the door. You know, you have to push it. They got actual have
well, it has both. I have both, but the lock itself, it's an 08. So anyway,
shout out to 08.
So anyway, he leaves. He gives me the coat hanger. He's like, fuck it, you know, leave. So she's on the phone with insurance company trying to see if we got roadside assistance. And Walter's there. I'm like, let's fucking try to get this thing open. So he had I had like a little toolkit in back the truck. He sees it like, let's try to pry that in there and use it as a shim and see if we can open. So he pulls it open. We shove it in there. Sure enough, I got enough space to get it in. About 20 minutes in, I'm like, fucking call
Paul Higgn's Locksmith if you can't get in your house.
Yeah, pop lock and drop it. I got it open. You know,
but that's one thing a lot of people don't realize. Like they'll buy car insurance and they'll get the full coverage and they don't realize they have roadside assistance.
Well, dude,
and they end up being asked out when they get a flat tire. They don't have a spare or they get locked out their car. You know. And I learned that from Poncho. We went to the Saints game a couple weeks ago, and he got a flat on the way to the game. That dude got a flat before we hit Elysian Fields. Drove on the flat all the way to the dome to go watch the game,
bro. Fuck.
It was the Bears, though, bro. We didn't need to be the game that bad.
Dude, I caught a flat midweek in the middle of the night.
This week?
Yeah. So check this out. First thing I need to do is it had just enough, little bit of air in it. So I got to make it to the closest gas station I can find, throw some air in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm on Parish Road. You know, I'm right there by Parish Road. So how many gas stations they got along Parish Road?
To your house?
You got on Parish Road, like going towards Slidell. Let's say you're going from the jail.
3 or 4.
So check it out. I'll stop at Hoffa's first.
No way.
Bitch don't work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, now I got to ride on the flat.
Then they want to charge you like fucking $1.25.
It's like $1.25. Yeah, right. So I don't know if I couldn't even put the money in there. The thing was jammed. So it didn't blow my money. So I'm like, fuck, racetracks has got to work. Go to racetrack. That motherfucker's broke. You know, so I ended up shooting across the highway and then going to that mobile mart next to Joffro's. And it ended up working. But, dude, 3 if they even work when you go to them.
Oh, we got a question right before you
What's
finish.
the question?
Leanna wants to know if this is a football podcast. It could be.
It's whatever.
It is at times.
It is what we make it.
Yeah, it is at times.
It's football.
It goes
season.
all over the place.
So
yeah,
we do talk
for a lot of it is football.
Now, if you want to talk football, you can
We
talk
can talk
about
football.
anything you want. You want to talk about?
But right now the Cowboys are on, and nobody gives a shit about the Cowboys.
If you want to talk about AIDS in Peru, we'll Google it. So,
yep, we'll look that shit up.
Whatever.
Let's see if they got another game on. We're not trying to watch no Cowboys.
You don't want to see the Giants? I like those old helmets.
Oh, we got the Vikings and the Panthers.
That's the 80s, the Giant 80s.
This is pretty much just hanging out with us on a Sunday.
Right.
We'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. But finish your story, bro. I'm going to cut you off mid.
So anyway, with the Papa Lock, with the situation,
Well,
you know how we're trying to figure
tire.
out. Well, I ended up going to Mobile Mart next to John Froze, and they had an air machine. So it's like just bouncing around different. It's a 50-50 shot if the air machine works when you go there.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you think it's air?
The roadside assistance. When she called to see if they had it, like I said, it took about 20 minutes to get the door unlocked. She was on the phone with the insurance company for 20 minutes, and they still couldn't figure out if I had roadside assistance. So she had to go through loops just to figure it out. But we
check your policies, man. Yeah, check your policies. Most of them have roadside assistance.
Right when they were about to figure it out, I got it unlocked. She says, "Oh, never mind." Click and hung up.
And if they don't have roadside assistance, some of them cost like $2 a month. But insurance ain't nothing but a scam anyway. So let's talk football, bro.
Christmas pictures yet?
Nah, we don't do that no more, bro. Look, I got a wife.
Your daughters?
No, they do it in school. Yeah, I got a wife that's not into going to take pictures.
We went to Clearview. We went to Target yesterday, and
Kmart used to be the spot.
They have the Santa shot.
Yeah. Oh, you got a little one.
Well, check this out. I didn't know. I thought reindeers were a fable like unicorns, bro. Sure enough,
they exist.
Look, the guy, I didn't know they existed. They big lazy animals. They had this fucking thing sitting next to Santa with some horns on it. So I asked the camera guy, I said, "Is that like a donkey or something?" "No, it's a reindeer." I'm like, wink, wink. Come on, can you come out of roll for a minute just to ask me, what kind of animal this is? I'm like, maybe you're right. So I Googled it. Sure enough, I didn't really know reindeers exist, bro.
But you know that
have reindeers.
You know all about the private prison industry.
Yes.
Couldn't tell me shit about reindeers.
Well, what you want to know about football?
What do you think's gonna happen, bro? Like, do you think the Saints got exposed Thursday night? I know you're saying the refs were heavily influencing the game, bro. But I mean, without Kamara, do you think the Saints are a weak offense? Or do you think you think it's just a fact of
was it the game plan? Did they not expect that coming?
Well, maybe I don't think Atlanta had a great game plan.
Well, I'm not saying it. I'm saying
we marched the ball right up the field
game
on
plan. Did it really go out the window?
Maybe. See, I think the short week has a lot to do with it too. There's no
preparation. There's no plan A, B, C.
Well, I listened to a podcast with Sean Payton on Michael Rappaport, and he talks about on that podcast with Rappaport the different things they go through during the week to get ready for a game. So like they'll have Monday, they'll either be off or
the coaches work.
They'll be either off or they'll practice depending on Tuesdays that they're off.
They'll practice the day after the game.
Well, it's like they'll have victory Monday if they win. If not, they got to go do extra shit, on Monday. Now Tuesday's their day off. So Wednesday they'll go through like basic, base personnel against the opponent they playing, and then like Thursday they'll run third down. Everything's third down. Everything's third down. Third and long, third and short, and then Friday they'll work on goal line and everything else that they need to work on. So on a short week, you can't do all that.
Right.
So
you
all the game plans have to be simple.
Well,
simplified.
Whenever you have a Thursday like that, you pretty much your preparation is for 2 games. Like the practicing up to the Carolina game, you're practicing for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah. You're getting ready for Atlanta too.
Right.
Same as for Atlanta, so it's not an excuse that we could have.
The
only thing they have better than us is we got the travel day.
At home.
Yeah,
exactly.
we have to have the
so
travel.
They did have. I mean, that is an advantage, but everybody has that. It's a toss up, 50-50 shot whether you can get the home game or not.
Well, we've won that game before.
All to clean out the rest of the season, bro. Go 12-4. Fuck it.
Yeah, Minnesota just turned the ball over, so we might have a shot.
If they did, Atlanta still got a tough stretch too. Carolina's got to play Minnesota. Carolina's got to play. Who else they got?
So who we want as Saints fans? Who do we want to win this game?
Who's more important right now?
Well, you
ahead of Carolina,
but Carolina will tie us if
we lose.
If we lose,
but here's the deal. With this football game here, I guess you could still go back to rule of thumb. You just got to worry about winning your division right now. I don't think anybody – if there's going to be 2 teams in the league that get in the conference that get in, they're probably going to come from the South.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, who Who else?
Plus Seattle and the Rams.
Yeah, South and West. What is four? It's 6 teams, right? Am I right? 6 and 6.
Yeah, 6 in each. Yeah.
So you got two. You got your division winners and one team from each division.
You got a team from the South and a team from the West that's going to fight for that last spot.
And it's probably you already said it. You got Seattle.
It'd be either Seattle or Atlanta, but I mean,
Minnesota's going to make it.
You know, the NFL Network's probably sweating. I haven't been watching, but they probably sweating Atlanta because Atlanta just beat us.
Cowboys are picking up steam, so
I think they too far back.
They 6 and 6.
Yeah, they too far back.
Clean it up.
They 3 games behind us. They 2 games behind them.
Behind us.
No, they're 6 and 6. We got 3.
Wait,
2.5.
6.
I got my Pelican shirt on. They ain't worried about the football.
Well, they must wait. Oh, okay, because we play right. Well, it depends on what they do today.
Touchdown, Carolina. Bro.
So we need Eli.
Jonathan Stewart.
We need Eli to win the rest of the season.
Yeah,
help us out.
Yeah, ruin that draft pick for the Giants when he rolls out, bro. Be like, forget y'all.
Well, Eli has the keys to the city now. After that,
what city?
New York.
After he screws up the draft pick, they'll be running him out of town quick. He's not gonna play for the Jets next year.
Biggest man in New York is not Jay-Z.
I think Eli's gonna go play for the Jets next year.
The Jets? Why? Because he said he loves New York.
No, he's just gonna screw over the Giants. Right? Anything you do,
he's not, dude. He's gonna retire a Giant.
No way. They're gonna draft a quarterback this year. He's gone. I guarantee.
He said he loves. I mean, dude, you knew. I don't know. They said at today's game they're supposed to be playing like it's gonna be Eli. The fans were given issued T-shirts that say NYQB, like the fire instead of fire department, NYQB. Like they all cheering for Eli. This is his game.
Shout out to New Orleans Fire Department. Bro. I seen him at Gerald's this morning. Went to get some donuts up
in Arabi.
Right? Took a picture of the water tower over there. Might share it later.
Yeah.
Sent to Freelo.
That means he's not going to buy processed donuts from Dunkin' Donuts.
The problem is everybody, since I do music with you now, everybody thinks I'm from down the road. So I got to let them know I'm not from down the road.
From down the road, it's on your back.
Nope. Down the road starts past the barracks. Maybe I'm from down the road.
Some people, it may. To some people.
Yeah, if you live in fucking Carrollton.
Well, you can't take the headphones no more?
I just got to make sure we sound right. Y'all let us know. No, I got to pick them up every now and then and make sure we sound okay.
Everything's good. Now, you got to wait for people.
Nobody's commenting on the new sound. I thought we'd sound better than we normally.
How's the new sound? Let him know because he's so worried about it.
I know. I invested in you guys.
They're probably going to be like, don't make a difference. Don't sound.
They probably don't because
it just looks cool.
It does look cool. We look official.
Well,
I don't mind looking official.
We can go into our bag of tricks.
Oh,
see,
I was just telling him before the thing because he likes to go on the podcast and go over the stuff he shared. And I put all his goofy shit on there to mess him up. I do that on purpose.
It's okay. It's okay.
Like Bo Jackson killing the Mario game, right?
So how did y'all get any snow in Arabi?
I was in Metairie that day.
Did anybody in the parish any snow flurries?
We got a little flurry, but nothing stuck like it did on the North Shore.
Oh,
there's a difference between snow and like snow that actually sticks to the ground that kids could play with, and one sucks and one doesn't suck.
Right.
Snow that doesn't stick is just rain. It's just gonna eventually melt.
Well, yeah. If it's not coming down in a significant amount, then it's just gonna melt.
Friday was terrible though, bro. They might as well just rain. I wish it would have snowed. It fucking rained all day.
My dad hit me up and said that it was snowing hard in Baton Rouge. What's his name? Buddy D.
Buddy D
said it's health.
Well, they said last
next time the Saints win the Super Bowl.
Well, they said last it snowed in 08, 09, and next year we won the Super Bowl. I don't know how true that is. I don't remember it snowing in 08, 09. The only time I remember it snowing was the year before Katrina. Because I just got home from the Air Force, and I remember my sister coming in my room and telling me it's snowing outside, and I told her, get out the hell out of my room. I don't want to see no snow. I left Idaho to get away from snow.
Right. No, it did. It snowed Christmas of 05. Yeah, I remember that.
But did it snow the year before Katrina? Not Katrina. The year before we won the Super Bowl.
No, it was 2 years before. It did not snow. It snowed after we won the Super Bowl.
My sister's saying it snowed in December of 09. You know, it did snow one day because I remember a dude left work. I was working. And
anybody know what year it snowed?
Your boy did. You remember your boy that coached against you? I ain't gonna say his name. Your boy that coached against you in basketball, worked with me?
I don't know. Oh yeah, that guy.
He brought all his work back and said, I'm not working in the snow.
That's crazy.
That dude was a G.
Oh, so did you see how pissed Peyton was after that game?
See how pissed Gentry was?
And the NFL was talking about penalizing him.
How's our sound, Michelle? I know you ain't going to lie to us. Do we sound better than we normally do?
You saw that? They were talking about penalizing him for
What? Why did they penalize? Just running on the field?
Well, not penalizing.
Somebody said they
were talking about fining him over that.
I read something that they tripped the ref. He tripped the ref or something. I don't know. You know, you read all kinds of shit.
He caught that Friday. Remember that trip?
Yeah.
No, what happened was.
See,
I read something about it, and it looked like when you're watching the game, it looked like he was running out on the field because of the fumble, because that was the fumble that was recovered by Atlanta.
Right.
So that's kind of like that was my first thing. Like he's reaching for anything he can to get the ball back, but then he was trying to call a timeout because it was a third down that turned into a first down because of his penalty. So he was trying to call timeout on the third down just to manage the clock, and the referee didn't see him. So he ran out on the field.
So which is it? Is it the fumble or the timeout?
It's the timeout. That's what he says.
So here's a football story for you. Ethan played, my oldest son, he played travel ball this year. And Rico was one of his coaches. You remember Rico, huh? Lick your wounds, Rico. But anyway, do you remember the time we and Rico were telling this story while we were out eating after a game one night? When me, you, and him coached our first game in the rain against Kenny Savasia.
That shit was fun.
Well, it was fun, but do you remember going out for the opening coin toss? You went out there with the kids or whatever, and they tossed the coin. And we won the toss. And what did you elect to do?
Defer, I think, right?
Well, we didn't say defer. We elected to kick.
Yeah, we elected to kick.
We elected to kick. So if you don't know what that means, like in Madden, if you win the toss, they don't offer you to defer.
you just
kick.
You just kick, knowing you get the ball in the second half.
So we kick, and the refs come out the second half, and they say, "Okay, whoever we playing again?" I think it was the Raiders.
It was the Raiders.
And they said, "What do y'all want to do?" I said, "What do you mean we want to do? We kicked in the first half. We get the ball in the second half."
No, you got to defer. Wait.
That's bullshit, man.
We're getting scammed.
I think we got 15 for that, man. That was a funny story.
No, we got 15. I remember, and it's sad too, because when you get little kids,
man, like 7, 8 years old.
Touchdown. You know how?
I mean, we had to dance. Yeah,
football, the work. No, that was another one. Football is a work. It's a job to get that touchdown.
Yeah.
When we ran,
especially when offense we ran.
We ran that misdirection. You know, little Josh scored
Josh
like an 80-yard
Lopez,
touchdown. Whatever, what's 80 yards? Let's say 60 yards down the field. I was excited. I'm running down and chasing him. Go! And they flagged him because I was cheating.
They flagged you?
Yeah.
That's sad, right?
So we had to do it again. Didn't score. Ended up having to punt. And then we got.
Remember we ran the reverse?
What did he do?
He ran like he dove on the ground as soon as he got the ball.
You know, it was funny. We were throwing the ball like we were a professional football team.
Yeah, we were coming out there running tight end raggles,
spread offense based on timing and ball.
I'm just killing time till you pull something up on the.
I have a few.
I know you got some stories, bro.
I'm going to the older stuff first. That way, I can work my way back up. But doesn't a protester put them in? Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, did you see that shit about the Facebook algorithms? This person was proving that Facebook spies on you. Like they're spying on us now.
Of course they are.
So if we talk about
if we say keywords. But they used to say that on the telephone. If you say keywords like on the telephone, like bomb and
right,
certain people's names. You know,
Well,
they would tap your phones.
Well,
That was old. That was in the 80s. You know,
what this guy was
80s
trying
and
to
90s.
prove, he's like, look, I don't even have cats. So he just started talking about cat food. You know, we need cat food. We need cat food. And he kept saying it over and over again. And he said, like 3 days later, cat food advertisements kept showing up on his feed. So,
do I get random shit all the time? Like, did you visit such and such store or see an ad for such and such website? All the time on that thing for no reason.
Well,
and that could be something like my phone's listening to me talk about something. I don't know. I never did the research. I don't pretend to know.
Well, I think since we dabble in music like we do, I always get like ads about music industry ads and promoting your music, buying new microphones, equipment, you know.
Yeah, like I did yesterday, all this new stuff I bought.
Yeah, you bought the same camera.
Yeah, this is a new camera, everybody.
But it's the same camera. I think it's the same camera.
It might be.
Do we look any more professional than we did last week?
No.
Let us know.
I still got the hairline.
You still got the receipt. It's okay. I got to get my
receiver. You need to go see the grinder, right?
So what do you think about making castration a mandatory for sex offenders?
I'm in. I think that's a good idea.
So,
you know, as long as we could prove it, you know, we can't.
Right. Like, does it depend on the castration? Like, all right.
No, it depends on the offense.
I mean, so check this out. Let's say you, you know, like you get some.
Like if you're 18-year-old kid and you sleep with a 16-year-old girl, you shouldn't get your dick chopped off.
Well, all right. So let's say you get this.
You're almost the same age.
Let's say you do like you get some chick drunk, all right, and she passes out in the middle of it and she don't remember.
That's a touchy. I don't know where we're going with that.
I'm just trying to reach out for things of reasons.
That's
why, like, right, this guy deserves another chance.
Well, you can't tell a woman whether she consented or not. You know,
if she's under the weather. So the best thing to do
but I mean, how many times we live in Chalmette? So how many times she gonna go to a bar? Well, not me. How many times people who go to a bar and run into someone that's not sober and take them home? I mean, it happens all the time down here. You know, so what's to stop someone from waking up the next day and with regret and say, "Oh, you know, I didn't mean to sleep with you."
Yeah.
Then file a complaint. I mean, should they be castrated?
What you gonna do?
Just, you know, girls, blinders wearing up.
I mean, I think if it's
a touchy subject because they got real cases.
Well,
of
if you're gonna do some castrating, it's got to be something like pedophilia.
I agree. You can't give consent if you're under mind-altering agents, which probably includes alcohol.
I mean, unless you just break in a convenience store and drop a store clerk.
That's fine for women, but what about the guys that wake up the next day that had the beer goggles on and don't like the woman they slept with? Now, can the guy go to the cops and say, "Oh, I've been taken advantage of"?
How you castrate a woman?
That's a good question. I don't want my sister to answer it. Pay that much.
I mean, is it like Jack the Ripper style and Jack the Ripper like cut out vaginas or something like that back in his day, in his heyday?
Yeah. Dude, what's up with your computer, man? It's like you got like fucking it looks like
this is D.D's page.
I'm talking about down here, bro. It looks like fucking British Army with all those shields.
Because it is. It's Facebook.
Computers at night.
No,
you gotta sew the women up. My sister said
that was last week when they were real happy.
You gotta put some stitches in them.
So you'd have to sew it like coal or something, you know, like
you gotta get a
I don't know, I guess can you unsew it? Can it be unsewn?
I don't know. You pour some peroxide down there. Scab up. That's just gross.
It's just one of those things where there's no coming back from castration. So, like, it's got to be something serious.
Is this a football podcast?
It is. It is. ESPN, they don't always talk about football on their sports podcast. So. No, That's how I feel about it. Yeah, like I don't have a problem with it, especially, you know, and people who oppose it. Well, what if they did it to your kid?
I'm not saying I oppose it. I'm just saying where we draw the line.
I don't even think you should go with. I think if you're gonna, might as well.
That's a touchy issue, bro. Just cut them all off, huh?
We might as well just take them out the game.
We overpopulated anyway,
right? We need to depopulate.
Well, and people need to leave LA. That's why they're on all the fires.
Dude, you saw the picture of that?
Oh my God, like Terminator.
Yeah, that didn't look real. Look computer generated. That
like CGI. Whatever. You know,
like
Steven Spielberg
filming it from the interstate, driving towards it. Like it just looked like hell. But it looked like you driving into hell.
So the other night, you text me. No, you on the phone with me, and you said that Deion Sanders is the greatest NFL athlete of all time.
I asked you. I didn't say he was.
No, you said it.
All right, so dude, that's a badass drink right there.
And then I sent you a little video of Bo Jackson, right? Did you watch it?
So you think he's the greatest NFL athlete of all time?
He had potential to be, man.
Potential.
Full throttle to the tunnel, man.
I know. But all right, but Deion wasn't in playing against him when he ran through the tunnel either.
No.
I mean, you think who would you name?
The greatest athlete. This is not the greatest
right,
football
we said
player.
athlete,
The greatest athlete. I would say Bo Jackson's got to be up there, bro.
Nah, the greatest thing Bo Jackson ever did was break a bat over his leg, bro. You seen him do that when he struck out Royals and he took the fucking bat? And
he ran over Bosworth, bro.
Yeah, well, I think Bosworth was pretty much done.
Done, man. Dude was like a rookie,
NFL
right?
contract.
That's sad, man.
It's not my fault. Blame him.
White guys can't get no respect in the league. Do you see the other night, bro, in the Pelicans game with Zebo, bro? Just like
what happened? They were fighting with each other?
Dude, everybody gets in Boogie's head, bro.
So he gets line him up. Yeah, that was the other night after the game.
That's what it was. That's what it is, right? By the time he gets in the fourth quarter, he jaw with him the whole night. He's so upset that he can't even take it anymore.
Does he fight with people? Or?
Nah, he fights with people that don't want to fight him. He ain't gonna fight with Zebo. So Zebo's in the fucking free throw line with him.
So who's Zebo?
Zach Randolph.
Why they call him Zebo? It's like
he's
Debo?
from somewhere like Gary, Indiana, bro.
Oh.
He's from the hood.
Gary, Indiana. Is that a joke?
No, that's a city, man.
I know
that's one of the highest murder.
Okay, all right. Hey,
cities
I'm
in the
educated.
country.
You educated me. I know so.
All right, I'm letting you know that now, bro. I don't think he's from Gary, but he's from somewhere near there. But anyway, he's not to be bleeped with.
All right.
And Boogie knows us going into the game. So
he gets scared. He was scared.
Yeah, so Boogie jawed with him a little bit. So they at the free throw line, and Zebo tells him, you know, where we from, the bullies get bullied. And he locks eyes with Cousins, right? Cousins looks down, right?
Oh,
like red.
He gonna cry in the car.
Gonna cry in the car. So,
well,
they as soon as the Pelicans, right, give you some hope, right, they lose a game like they did the other night. It's sad.
It's the same story. Things have not changed.
They got old Saints syndrome.
Things have not
changed. They beat the teams that they're not supposed to beat, and they lose to the teams.
That's what I was telling y'all the other night, man. Let Master P have a shot at running that team. At least he cares.
We'll have some soldiers out there.
He wants an NBA. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's setting himself up to get an NBA.
I don't think he's got enough money. He's got to be a billionaire.
He's probably going to put he's going to have to use somebody else's money. But, you know, there's going to be a group of investors, and he'll probably be one of them.
Like Minnesota scored too, huh?
Oh, here's one. Here's the controversial subject here.
Oh, you speak on that. I'm coming right back. Tell a story.
I can't.
Why not? There's not a story to tell?
Yeah, well, you.
All
right, gender X on birth certificates.
Be good.
How do you justify that? So what I'll do is I'll play this thing here because I haven't listened to too much of it.
Washington State considering a third gender option on birth certificates. Right now, state officials looking for public comments on the proposal. If it's approved, parents can skip labeling their newborn child as a male or a female starting next year. Oregon and California, believe it or not, have already passed similar laws. It's a boy, it's a girl,
One
or
more time.
it's X. Washington
Yeah, hear that
State
again.
considering a third gender option on birth certificates. Right now, state officials looking for public comments on the proposal. If it's approved, parents can skip labeling their newborn child as a male or a female starting next year. Oregon and California, believe it or not, have already passed similar laws.
So what you
It's a
think?
boy, it's a girl.
What you think?
You talking about gender neutral babies?
What you want me to do with that?
Huh? You chug it, man. Shotgun that shit. So you have a baby and not reveal it, not have
It
gender?
comes out
So it comes out with a little pee-pee?
uncastrated, and
then-
you're gonna call it an X until it. You know, you're not a more until you figure it out for yourself.
Until you decide what you want it to be. That's I seen. I don't know if this is related, but I seen that.
That kid that they cross dress.
Yeah,
that's a boy.
Yeah, that they making into. To trying to make him into a woman.
I mean, look, if freedom is freedom, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's free country, well, you should have the freedom, to do whatever you want. But at the same time, like, if God gives me a male, I'm going to put male on the birth certificate. I'm not going to go X and let them figure that out. A male's a male. And I can tell you from my experience of having a daughter and a son that they know who they are. You don't have to tell them. Like, my son is a boy and he knows it, and he just gravitates toward male things. Now, I've never had that problem to where I've had where any of my kids seem confused about their interest.
Y'all let us know if y'all only hear us on one speaker.
Why, you only hear one speaker?
Yeah.
It might be them headphones. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that millennials are stupid.
You think so? So you're disagreeing with the X on the birth certificate?
Of course, I'm disagreeing with. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I who am I to say what people should do with their kids? But I don't think that. I know, guys. We got brand new stuff. We're trying to get situated over here.
He's troubleshooting.
Yeah, we're troubleshooting on the fly.
I don't think, dude. I think we okay.
I know we are, but I mean, I gotta make sure.
But
I'm very
I don't know. I want.
But
I'm just trying to say freedom. Like, this is a free world. It's a free country. We should have freedom to do what we choose.
Yeah. At the same time, all these people that are saying, everybody that's saying we want to have gender neutral babies and I need to have a freedom to do what I want with my body, want to tell you the freedom what you do with your guns.
All right.
Yeah, I should be able to do what I want with my kid, but the same people are telling you that.
To be armed. I mean, no. I'm a huge advocate of.
All right,
of
it's the headphones.
I'm pro gun. I'm not NRA.
I'm just
but
pro freedom.
pro-gun. Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think.
And my sister's in the room. She just tried to put me in a dress all the time and get me to play with Barbie. So she was trying to get me to be gender neutral.
She wanted you to be a girl.
She ain't no. Yeah, she ain't got no room to talk.
She was. Pissed.
She wanted me to be a little sister.
Yeah. Yep.
Trying to songs and soft.
Like I said, from my experience with having both gender kids, I haven't had a problem with one being confused about what their interests are. But they easily gravitated towards female things, being a female, and my boy loves wrestling, cars, and and he
so here's
liked
the thing.
it since he was able to understand it.
All right, now I'm off these headphones and I got a chance to process what you're saying a little bit. When I say, the same people that are trying to say, let me have the right to my possessions with my kids, and then what wrong. The difference is guns are a possession, kids are human beings, so they have a right to their choice. And so it's not up to the parents to be able to decide.
The X
like
on the certificate,
they need to be
stating like this is the kid's.
No, you born a boy or a girl, and then when he gets to be 17, 18 years old and wants to become Caitlyn Jenner, that's on him by then. But it's not up for the. See, I heard about this a while back that parents are trying to get a 6, 7, 8-year-old boy or something like that to not only transform to a girl, but put him in the Girl Scouts. And the Girl Scouts. It was either that or the girl trying to go to Boy Scouts. They won. They end up winning. They end up winning that case.
But for that being said, when you fight for that, you just fight. Are you fighting for that for your kid's sake, or are you fighting for that
your own selfish
just
reasons?
So you can get your 15 minutes of fame and show that, you know.
That's what you got to worry about.
You're looking for attention.
You know, what you're trying to do here. Like, what are they really trying to do? Are you looking out for the best interests of yourself, or are you looking out for the best interests of the child?
Right.
You're
not.
In my opinion, you know, I don't think there's. Rogan says this all the time that your brain doesn't fully form until you're 25 years old.
Right. Yeah.
You know, he says it. I mean, I don't know if it's true.
No, it's true. It's your cerebral cortex or whatever they call it.
So there's no way by the time you're 6 years old that you could be able to make rational decisions on anything life-altering.
Right.
You know.
And that's why, you know, like, little thing. And like you said, there's some hypocritical – there's so much hypocrisy in all these decisions that are being made today. Like some of these same people who are all for gender X are also against gun control. But this is a free country.
It's just another divisive issue, you know, that takes away from the real problems.
You know, and I was listening to DMX this morning. And in the hook from what was it? I'm ready to meet him. Remember at the end of the
after the prayer,
blood of my blood, whatever. Yeah, after the
prayer. I'm living ain't right. Black hate white, white hate black. We right back to the same fight.
That was so ahead of its time. Like that hook is going on today. You know, and he's saying it.
I remember that song.
It's there. You know, like the real war is to follow the law of the Lord. Like this is the real. You know, and they're intentionally dividing us. Oh shit, we got to plug in the battery. Hold up. Y'all hold up tight now. You get to talk.
Yeah, I get to talk for a few minutes. So that was on the Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood album, which may be an album we go back to when we do our new podcast at the end of the year this year, which me and Paul will be taking you back down memory lane to old albums. So if you guys got any ideas of albums we need to go over, it doesn't necessarily have to be rap albums. We'll go over Nirvana's album.
No, we don't want it to be just rap. Even look, I'll bump a Louis Armstrong record.
Yeah, we'll talk about John Coltrane's.
Yeah, I'm good with that, especially one that I never heard before. I would love to listen to
a classic record. We'll do the Beatles,
a classic album,
Sgt. Pepper's.
Study all the documentation behind it, all the stories behind it,
you know.
And
shout out to Matt Garrett because he kind of like. Yeah, I know he's doing his thing.
He inspired
he inspired
your thought process.
Well, he's doing his podcast.
Yeah, Garrett Cast. We gotta get him on, and we'll merge one week. You know.
Yeah, we're supposed to have somebody on today, man.
Yep. And
I'm kind of glad it didn't pan out because I didn't.
You feel like going through the loops and holes and nooks and crannies.
Especially with our new toys. Our new mic here. Gotta caress the mic.
Look at it. He's beating the mic off.
You gotta caress the mic. You gotta love the mic. Gotta speak
slow motion to the mic. Well, so
touchdown Carolina, bro.
Carolina needs this game.
Jonathan Stewart's killing it.
Carolina knows after watching the Saints lose the other night, they're like, shit, we still got a chance to win a division, even though the Saints swept.
Is that opportunity knocking?
What?
Carolina.
Carolina?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That opportunity knocking. They
absolutely.
They killing it.
It's wide open. It ain't over till it's over, dude.
All right, we're doing good.
We're doing good. We have 48 minutes.
We have 48 minutes. We owe y'all an hour at least.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. What I wanted to get into. To you? Vent?
You want vent?
Oh, dude, check this out.
He got Rockstar Rumors.
I got Rockstar Rumors. I got.
He got marriages that lead to divorce.
This is the one.
He got marriages.
I read this yesterday, and J.J. Watt. This is the headline.
I can see what he's looking at. Y'all can't.
This is the headline.
Uh-oh. What happened here?
No connection to all. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Look and see if you can hear me.
I'm putting it on now, man.
Hurry up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Can y'all hear us?
We good.
We blurry again. How we get this new fucking adapter?
We're not blurry.
We're just blurry here.
Stop that. Don't worry about that. All right. That doesn't shut up.
All right, sorry.
All right, there you go. JJ Watt called out for his hurricane relief effort by rapper Trey the Truth. Do you know who Trey the Truth is?
Trey the Truth.
Have you heard of Trey the Truth?
I'm PJ the Truth. Oh, I'm popping like a
Have you ever heard of Trey the Truth?
No, I haven't. I'm sure he's from Houston.
He is. So basically, he was.
This is football?
This is when some people put their foot in their mouth and kind of overstep their boundaries. You know, like to me, I don't think. And you got to commend both of these guys because they both took part. They both played their role in helping their community.
Right.
So basically, you know, when JJ Watt started his CARE Act or whatever to start raising money for the relief efforts, and all he wanted was $200,000. He ended up getting
like 50-something million
or something. What I think this one says 37.
37 million.
Well, the rapper Trey the Truth, who was actually he went hands-on rescuing people. He jumped in the boats and he pulled.
So he's a local
guy, right? All right, has been working to get
JJ Watt from Wisconsin. You know, well, he played at Wisconsin. I don't know if he's from.
He
Wisconsin.
was hoping for. All right, Trey the Truth wanted a lot more action from JJ. He took the Instagram and since deleted the post. Called Watt out, basically labeling him a fraud for his relief effort.
So he's saying that the money didn't go to the people.
Nah.
He's saying that the money went to.
I think he's saying, like, dude, you should have did more than that.
So
like,
37, like, more than just raise money. Well, that goes into, well, let's finish this. We'll go into, I'll transition from that.
Some guys is, who the fuck is Trey the Truth?
Well, that's kind of, you know. And I know hip hop. I don't know who Trey the Truth is.
He might be a local rapper. I mean, all right, but
he might like be the LOG of Houston.
Here's my deal.
It could be
Trey the Truth
looking
didn't
for
have
publicity
to
thing.
Both of these guys didn't have to do what they did. They didn't have. Right. He didn't have to jump in the boat and save people and try to do his end of the bargain. And JJ Watt didn't have to raise 30. How many players they got on that football team?
Well, 53 suit up every week. So
what did they do?
The 53 football players? I don't know. They probably had their own thing.
Well,
I know Sports Illustrated. Jesus Christ, I'm so loud. Why you don't tell me I'm so loud?
Well, here's another thing.
I know the Sports Illustrated had J.J. Watt and Jose Altuve, which is a baseball player for the Astros, on the cover of like their Sportsman of the Year kind of thing to, you know, for what they did in Houston. So,
well,
they didn't have Trey the Truth.
Well,
at least I don't think they did. Maybe he was in the book.
Let's look at it like this. All right. Like I said, all this is volunteer effort. So volunteer means, you know, there's no reward for it, basically, but pat on your back for thanks for helping. He raised $37 million. He didn't have to do that. He did it. You know, it's one of those things where, hey, we could take whatever help we can get and you appreciate it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, you don't expect whenever you get volunteer work, you don't ask for anything. You know, you just get you appreciate whatever you can get. So I think that is overboard. Like that guy obviously deleted his post after. You know what I'm saying? So he knew he made a mistake. He overstepped his boundary when he did it. And I just thought he didn't. It's not a fraud. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. Not because, fuck you, you ungrateful motherfucker. You know, I'm not, most people, that's their first reaction. But it's like, dude, it's a volunteer effort.
So did J.J. Watt even respond to it?
Yeah, he did. I don't feel like reading it.
Oh,
he did. He did. Hey, look.
Not really worth it.
And every was right, was spot on, and his excuse was he's dealing with injury. Didn't he break his leg or something this year?
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Right. So he's focused on recovery right now, is what he said.
Oh,
but another thing is
You suck.
when did this happen? What was in August, right? When,
The storm? No, the storm was
late July.
No, the storm was like in September.
Well, all right. So what are football players doing at that time of year?
What they in the season? They about to start the season.
So you working?
So it might be late August. Because
it's not an off. Like you got to focus on football.
Let's see. This was Harvey, huh? Irma was like the first week of September. So yeah, it had to be August.
Right. You got to focus on football at that time of year, right when the season's about to kick off. You know, you're installing game plans and chopping down the roster and fighting for pole position. You know, I just think that how can you say that somebody is a fraud? The only way you would consider that a fraud, unless he took that $37 million, there's no proof of where it went, right? And I don't think he really needs that money,
right?
You know, so that's just another divisive.
Do you sound like you're on the phone?
Post.
It might be because it might be because these headphones suck.
Yeah, it's probably so. Is that another divisive tool right there?
I guess take it how you want. You know, I think everything's divisive to it. I take it more as Trader Truth was trying to get some pub for what he did, and you know, going after J.J. Watt might make people look at what he did as being more authentic, and then the tone of rhetoric in the country nowadays is so divisive anyway, especially on racial lines, to where it's an easy target for Trader Truth to come out and say, well, J.J. Watt, what did you do with the money? It didn't get to my people. Right. You know, and it's an easy thing for him to say to especially build his cause up too. So I know. And instead of coming together, unfortunately, that's where we're at, you know, as a culture.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. You know, it's not I don't want to say Trader Truth selfish for doing it. It's just the way it is right now. So until you know, people on the lower level that don't matter, like me and you, we don't matter.
Right.
Be able to iron some of this stuff out. Like we can't count on people with some kind of celebrity or prestige to be able to take care of it.
No, and like I said, I think both individuals need to be commended. I think what I look at is, I think, you know, any kind of help like that is priceless. So I feel like him getting in the boat and rescuing people, we know many friends who actually had to experience that same thing during Katrina.
Down here, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is just as vital in the relief effort as the $37 million that was raised. My opinion. Yeah, it's priceless.
No doubt. Help, that's immediate help. That's life or death right there.
But I don't. Now, it's not cool. You point and think. You know, you didn't do enough.
They had a lot of shit going on when that storm hit. They had the Joel. What's the church guy's name?
Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen. I didn't want to mess his last name up. They had that shit going on. Like he wouldn't open the church out. Dude, but then they said that was bullshit. But you never know what you like. It all depends on where you read it. Like that's where you get your news. It's just, you know, just know we don't know shit. Oh, that's all I know.
This is some fun facts, bro, that I was reading about Friday.
Here we go. We're about to have some fun.
Fun facts.
One thing that's bullshit. I'm gonna tell you one thing that's bullshit, man. Right now, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I'm fed up with, and I'm gonna have to have a conversation with someone about this. I want to know how an 8-5 team gets a bye in fantasy football playoff, and a 10-3 team's got to play in the first round. I mean, were you in like the AFC or something, right? Yeah. I'm 10-3, bro. I won like 5 games in a row going into the playoffs. And 5 minutes into the game Thursday night, Alvin Kamara gets a concussion, and my season's over. And I should have a bye because I'm better than you. And I don't care if you beat me during the season; it doesn't even matter. I'm better than you. My team's better than yours. I had one unfortunate incident; it's going to cost me like $800. And I want to know what your story is behind this. How you go 8-5 and get a bye? Who do I need to talk to?
All the social struggles of us as a society, and you worried about.
That's what I'm worried about. $800 cost me for – Kamara had 5 points going into that first drive, and Deion Jones had the clock. And
so I'm very upset. Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
What's the score right now in your game?
I don't know. I don't even want to look. I rolled the dice today. I started the Colts defense against the Bills.
The Colts defense.
When they were starting that dude the backup that threw 5 interceptions a couple of weeks ago.
He's going to throw 5 touchdowns today.
I know. I had to roll the dice, bro. I'm like, fuck, I lost my best player. Well, I got Alan Thielen playing in this game, and it don't look like he's doing much.
Well, check this out.
I'm sorry.
You know Charles Manson wrote a song for the Beach Boys, bro.
I know. Did he just die, or he's on his deathbed? I think
he just died. He just died. Well, he didn't. He wrote a song and gave it to the Beach Boys.
He wrote "I Wish They All Could Be California Girls."
They used it, but they changed it up. They didn't use his word for word. They changed it up.
He said, "I wish they all could be."
But he was a songwriter, and they got the Beach Boys got fed up with him and threw him out. And you see what happened after that.
Paul Higgnz tagged me in a video on Facebook. How you like that?
I did?
Yep.
Oh, check. This is a good one. You know Michael Jackson wrote music for Sonic the Hedgehog, man?
Don't know. No, I didn't know.
Well, I don't know how. Check the way they worded this, and I didn't notice it. I can't notice it. All right.
Fake news.
When a young man obsessively poured over MJ music in Sonic the Hedgehog background music and discovered that they sounded way too similar to be just a coincidence, so they researched it. Could you tell that Sonic the Hedgehog sounds like?
I'm more of a Nintendo guy.
Oh, Sonic was beast.
Bro. I didn't have Atari. So.
Sonic.
Sega.
Sega.
My friends had a Sega, but I didn't really play Sega.
Sega was good, man.
I was more a Nintendo guy.
I think at the time Sega was better.
It may have been, but I was a Nintendo guy. I don't hate on me, bro. It's just where I was.
Well, we knew Tupac's people smoked his ashes, bro. And this sick fuck, Rolling Stones bassist, speaking of castration, this guy fell for a 13-year-old back in his. It was okay back then.
Well, the story was Marvin Gaye when he wrote "Let's Get It On." It was for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's.
So every time you listen to "Let's Get It On," right, you got to remember he's talking about a 16-year-old girl.
You know a rapper named Danny Brown? Look at him.
Sounds familiar. I don't know a rapper named Danny Brown.
He looked like Rick James.
A person named Danny Brown.
You know how Ozzy got his?
Yeah, he
bit the bat off, bit the bat's head off stage.
He bit a bird too, I think.
Well, that's what this is about. They said he needed to wow like some executives.
Yeah.
So he went in their office and fucking. He released 2 doves in the office. Instead of letting them go, Ozzy grabbed one and bit its head off in front of the executives. Like he was trying to make an impression. So that's how you show me what you can do. Bite him.
I know that story.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin.
I see you had a thing about Bitcoin on there. What did we find out about Bitcoin this week?
I have no idea.
We still don't know shit about it, huh?
Right. You like what I said about that? You was like, it's something I can't see or touch. It's hard to invest in.
And you said like religion.
Yeah, it sounds like you talk about religion.
Oh, my sister ain't no more. Anyway, I seen another post where the dude said, I'm going to invest in Bitcoin, kibbles and bits, a bunch of bit shit he put on there, and he said, as long as I can get a little bit of money.
Yeah, well, I mean, fuck if there's money. It's blown. This is the problem. Once you realize it, because you've seen it in advertising, it's too late.
Right.
When it comes to the stock market, it's good. You got to see it coming before.
You got to catch your boy Kramer talking about it like weeks in advance. That dude Kramer that comes on CNBC or whatever.
From Seinfeld?
No, it's a dude. His name's, I don't know his first name. His last name's Kramer.
I think when he talks about it, it's too late.
It's too late?
Like,
you got to be. Sell. Buy.
I think you got to be in that game. You got to keep your head in the game and have insider information, bro.
Right.
Well, did you know I've read an article yesterday about celebrities that were actually, like Sammy Davis.
Sammy Davis Jr.?
Yep. He used to go to he got initiated into the Satanist church or whatever, and before he died, he translated to Judaism.
probably a good move.
Yeah, right before,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But
we need Adam Thielen touchdown here. That's all I know. Y'all can sit here and cry with me on my fantasy team as it gets flushed down the drain.
Yeah, you're an ass.
Not worried about your thoughts.
You're an ass clown.
I am.
Hopefully, you guys, a video will be done this week. We saw the earlier in the week. We got to watch the rough draft.
Shout out to Brandon, man. He did a great job.
Yeah,
we sucked, but he did.
Yeah, he looked like.
He looked like he knew what he was doing.
They're gonna be called. Yeah,
we look like a bunch
New
of
Line
ass
Cinema's gonna be ringing his phone off the hook.
Yeah, me and you, we look like a bunch of ass clowns.
No, you look like an ass clown. I look good.
Whatever, dude. I mean, you
wore a moose.
You can't live that dream. You wore moose. Fidel Sassoon.
It's okay. Well,
before we go, bro, I got to talk about these Pelicans, bro, because I'm going to game tonight. They play the Philadelphia 76ers. You're a season ticket holder. They haven't went to one game yet. They played like 15 of them.
No, I don't know. Bro. I'm trying to get them. I want to see a return in my investment.
We can't give them bitches away, bro.
Well, once the season's over.
I sold 2 of them to Poncho the other night, bro. Once the Saints season's over, they'll just start selling.
Yep. People are going to want to have something to do. And hopefully the Saints season doesn't end until
February. You got like 8 more weeks till Pelicans can start selling. You really sacrifice that for a Super Bowl?
Yes.
No doubt, bro. Being you said they were going to go 5-11, go back and listen if you don't believe
You know how many...
Matter of fact, we're on Stitcher now. You can go back and listen to a lot of this stuff. And I know it's hard to sit and watch all day.
Right. It's Sunday. People got shit to do.
It's still nobody's watching.
Yeah, it's the last day before they go miserable and go back to work on Manic Monday.
Speaking of work, man, it's my last week before I take a week vacation. Nothing wrong with that.
It's not going to do you any good.
I'm going to start writing again.
Sure. I'm taking applications.
For MCs.
For MCs, yeah. Yep. So
anyway, we'll cut out on y'all.
Yeah, wonderful night. Hopefully we get that video.
God, so loud, bro. I'll try it again.
Y'all have a wonderful day and evening, and hope you guys we have a video released before we see y'all again next week. So we'll see y'all. What's next weekend is
the 17th.
17th. Yep.
And then the following week, Christmas Eve. I don't know what we're gonna.
So we'll probably be doing a Sunday evening podcast.
Because our year anniversary is coming up, but we don't know what we want to do yet. I know we're about to start reviewing some fucking albums. We gotta figure out how we get to the next level. We gotta upgrade the for our year anniversary. We gotta make some adjustments and make some upgrades. Yep, that's one check. So now we gotta upgrade the performance. So all right, y'all have a wonderful evening, and see you next week. But I'll let y'all. Peace.